Hey guys, Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com. Today I've got this gorgeous happy birthday card for you. I think this is my favorite of the paper and ink cards for January 28th. In my Chicago area home studio, we do paper and ink card class once a month. It's usually the fourth Monday night of the month, unless there's a holiday, and we make 4 cards. The cards are $15 with envelopes, or your class is completely free with your Stampin' Up! Order placed that night. So this is a happy birthday card that I designed for the class, and we're gonna make this today in the video. If you've got questions about Chicago area classes, you wanna join us, you can email me, Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com. Alright, so to make this happy birthday card, I used my birthday banners stamp set. I love this happy birthday greeting. I thought it was perfect size and font for this card. This is from the 2018-2019 annual catalog. It's been around for a little bit, and you can substitute out that happy birthday greeting for something you have that's similar. The flowers are from Bloom by Bloom. It's a 17-piece photopolymer stamp set from Stampin' Up. It's brand new in the 2019 Occasions catalog. If you don't have an Occasions catalog yet, email me, Marisa at kitchentablestamper.com. I'd be happy to get one in the mail to you, maybe even with a cute little card too. All right, other supplies for this card include my leaf punch. I don't have the punches yet that go with Bloom by Bloom. I'm waiting for them to come in. So I just took the leaf punch and I disassembled to make little leaves for my flower. I'm going to emboss with the simple stripes from the annual catalog. Love this folder. We're just going to emboss our lemon lime twist panel. I used the largest stitched circle, say that 3 times fast, from Stitched Shapes Framelits to cut my main focal panel. My Stampin' pads for this project are Flirty Flamingo, Lovely Lipstick, and Soft Suede. Now the consumable materials for this project, the measurements are all on the blog on a printable project sheet. So if you're on YouTube, just click in the details over to the blog post. If you're on the blog, underneath the embedded video, there's a link that says for the project sheet, click here. You can print it off and you don't have to scramble these measurements down right now. All right, so my card base is Flirty Flamingo and it's 8.5 by 5.5 and I've scored it at 4.25. We're gonna make a landscape card here. My lemon lime twist cardstock is 2 by 5.5. My designer series papers come from 2 packs. This is from All My Love from the 2019 Occasions catalog. It's a new Valentine designer series paper. It's a pretty floral, but I'm really liking the B-sides of this paper. I love these just kind of general pattern pieces. Then I have a leaf pattern, and this is from Nature's Poem. We're going to use the soft suede leaf from that Nature's Poem, and that's in the annual catalog, the 2018-2019 annual catalog. I punched 2 sets of the leaves, the leaf punch from Granny Apple Green, and I did that one ahead of time. Then I've got scraps here of Whisper White. The first one is for cutting out. We're going to stamp and cut these 2 flowers. So I don't know, 2 by 3 piece should be sufficient, whatever scrap you have. But for the sentiment, we're going to use our second piece of Whisper White is 3.25 by 1/2 inch, and that's for our sentiment. Okay, so we're using a photopolymer stamp set, so let's get our Stampin' Pierce mat and ink pads, and we'll get stamping. All right, guys, I forgot my stitched circle. So you'll also need the biggest stitched circle from the Whisper White cardstock. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do, let me get my sample in here so you can see what we're doing. We're gonna stamp this largest flower. We're gonna stamp it in Flirty Flamingo on the circle. Now, placement for this one is important. You want to have it so that it's not quite to the stitched line, keeping in mind that you're gonna stamp the little dots above the flower, and you don't want those to go off the edge. So high and to the left, but not so high that you don't leave room for the little dots. Now here's the little dots that come in this Bloom by Bloom stamp set. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna line these up above the flower. We're gonna stamp once in Lovely Lipstick, flip and then stamp twice, following the edge of the flower. Then on our scrap, we'll take the smaller cup-shaped flower. We're gonna stamp that one, and we're gonna fussy cut it. We got kind of a little scallopy edge flower here. We're gonna stamp that in Flirty Flamingo. And then we're gonna stamp the center of that dude with Lovely Lipstick. You gotta get right over this. I'm afraid my hair or head is in the video, but to make sure it's centered, you gotta look straight over the image. Now we're gonna take our Happy Birthday and ink that one up in soft suede. And then we're gonna stamp it to the left of center. We need to leave room for that little flower we're gonna cut and embellish with. All right, I love that Happy Birthday greeting. Now we're gonna use the Lovely Lipstick ink one more time, but we're done with the others. I'm gonna just fussy cut these two little pieces. And when you fussy cut, you wanna hold your scissor in your dominant hand, supporting the bottom blade with your index finger. And you open and close the scissor with your dominant hand while your non-dominant hand steers the paper. That's how you'll get your cleanest cut and your most quality work. All right, so I'll cut those guys out and cut back in. I've cut my two pieces out and left just the tiniest little border of white around the image. Now what we want to do is kind of mock up where we're going to lay this flower in. You see, one's going to overlap the other one, and it's important to dry fit it there because now we're going to ink up our dots in Lovely Lipstick again and stamp the dots for this second flower. All right, now let me clean away the ink pads and grab the Big Shot. We'll do our embossing next. Okay, I've gone ahead and I've set up my Big Shot for embossing. So we've got the platform and a cutting pad. Now we're gonna take that Simple Stripes embossing folder and we're going to put our Lemon Lime Twist panel. Now what I'm gonna do is just line up the stripes so that they start kind of equidistant, so that they're even on both sides and that they run straight up and down on that piece of paper. I'm gonna add my embossing folder to the platform. We're gonna put the fold into the machine whenever possible first and crank it through. And there's our gorgeous embossed simple stripe. Isn't that cool? All right, move that aside. All right, now what's left is to go ahead and assemble. So what I wanna do here is just snip off the round leaves from the leaf punch, and I'm using the smallest round leaf, both of those, the bigger round leaf, one of those. So I got my 3 little leaves here. Going to put some adhesive on my Lemon Lime Twist panel, and we're gonna adhere that to the card base. Make sure it opens the right way. How many of you have put together a whole card front and then realized that the card was folded on the bottom? I've done that more times than I'd like to admit. All right, then next up is our All My Love Designer Series paper. We're gonna add the Flirty Flamingo one with the Lovely Lipstick pattern first. And you wanna overlap the edge of the Lemon Lime Twist. It looks like my Lemon Lime Twist piece might be just a little bit long, so we're gonna flip and trim. Now next up is that stitched circle piece. We wanna just dry fit this and make sure that all of our Designer Series paper layers are gonna work out just the way we want them to. I want a little peek of the Whisper White stitched edge to show through at the bottom. And I like that placement. So what I'm gonna do here is lift and then add my adhesive to the card and then just stick my flowers right down in. That way I got that perfect dry fit. And everything's gonna line up just right now. So I've got my Nature's Poem leaf pattern. We want that one to be centered right to left. and leave that little peak of white underneath. And then my All My Love Lovely lipstick pattern. I want that one off-centered over the Nature's Poem leaves. Then we can go with the happy birthday greeting. And that one's off-centered too. Everything layers just a little bit off of center. Now for my flower, the one that we've fussy cut, I'm going to grab a dimensional. And adhere that one in like we dry fit it. Oh, so cute. Then another little piece of dimensional. You'll put that on the little scallop edge flower. And what we want to do is add that one at the end of the birthday sentiment. And with some multi-purpose liquid glue, we'll embellish with those leaves that we punched. Such a cute card, pretty simple. You can make a bunch of them. We always need birthday cards on hand, right? So I'm just going to add a bit of multi-purpose liquid glue, and I'm going to arrange my leaves so that there's one up and then two down. I like the depth that using lemon lime twist and granny apple green together gives a project. Let the granny apple green touch the lemon lime twist. There it is. Happy birthday, Bloom by Bloom. If you've got questions about Stampin' Up, about the Occasions catalog, about Chicago area card making classes, email me, marissa@kitchentablestamper.com. You can shop Stampin' Up 24/7 at marisaalvarez.stampinup.net. Thanks for watching.